Yo, what's up, guys? Been a while. Has been a while. What's going on, guys? Anyway, what am I talking about? What am I always talking about? JoJo. Oh, well, I mean, I haven't talked about JoJo that much, but I haven't uploaded, or I don't upload that much, so yeah. Anyway, man, what a time to be a JoJo fan. Am I right? Love some JoJo. But let's run down what's happened, and then I'll give my opinions of JoJo Part 6. My favorite part is getting animated, and it's gonna be on Netflix. Not probably in its entirety, but it'll be in December, which is my birthday month, and I really like December, so that's really cool. That's really good to see. Alright, so part 6 is my favorite part of JoJo, and a lot of people don't like it, and a lot of people think there's a lot of plot holes, pretty much just because they skipped to part 7. I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but I do think that the antagonist is one of my favorites. I think a lot of the scenes are going to be even better in animated form. Like, I'd read the entire manga, but the thing is that there are certain things that are a little too complicated for people reading wise, and I felt like just streamlining it and being animated and watching it day to day and voice actors and all these pretty colors and lights, it's gonna make it a lot better experience. Personally, just my favorite part. I know part 7 is undoubtedly like the better part, and Johnny's my favorite Joestar, but I mean, just there's something about part 6 that I just the whole part in general I really liked. So this is just me. That's just me. We're also getting a spin-off with Hol Horse and Josuke. That's gonna be really fun. I mean, there's shenanigans that are going to ensue. 30 years. 30 years later, Hol Horse returns after shooting himself with his own stand, to return and interact with a JoJo that has not been elaborated on since his part. And I think that's just because Araki liked him so much that he didn't want to ruin his life by giving him more stuff. But I mean, I just not too much bad stuff can happen with Hol Horse. I just feel it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be funny. And knowing Hol Horse, he's gonna make fun of his hair, and there's just wacky shenanigans going to ensue. And I hope we see some older characters return in some capacity. The Oingo Boingo brothers, that would be really funny. Let's hear that theme song one more time. Just stuff like that. I would be really psyched to read something like that. That's honestly, again, that's why I love this. Why I love JoJo. It's so unpredictable. Who would have known? Who would have known? I wouldn't have known. So, let's see. What else? It feels like there's a lot. Oh, yep. JoJolion. Part 9 confirmed. I didn't really have any doubts in my mind that JoJo Part 9 was gonna happen. But it's really good to know that we got that confirmation right away. We didn't have to wait for a very long time, which is instant news. So, alright, so Part 9 has the potential of so much, because in my mind, and I guess, people say otherwise, but I feel like Part 3 and Part 6's endings were really impactful, at least for what the status quo was, I mean? I feel like Part 9 is going to be, a very definitive, closing, chapter, and it might be a longer one. And it almost definitely is going to be a longer one. I doubt that he's going to do a part 1 or a part 2 type part. But I think he's gonna really go crazy on this part. I think Araki has so many different strengths he can play to. There's so much variety in JoJo that I love it for. There's just so much. We don't know where it could take place. We don't know what the main character's dynamics are going to be. We don't know if it's going to be a big group. We don't know if it's going to be one person. We have no idea, and that's why I love Araki, and that's why I love every single part. But just Araki can just do anything, and I'm going to watch, and I'm going to read, and I'm going to enjoy that, Finally, we talk about JoJolion. This is where spoilers ensue. If you're not fully caught up, then I'd click away now. Okay. Hermit Purple as the humanized stand. I'm sorry. Yeah. I will say I don't exactly have like the connection to JoJolion that some other people will. I've cried at a lot of the parts of JoJo, but I don't think I ever cried once in JoJolion. Maybe did I? I don't think I did. But I think it was a solid part, and I think when it's animated as well, it's gonna it's gonna have the more dynamic feel to it, and I feel like, I'm reading it, I feel like when this gets animated, people are gonna be like, oh, this is awesome, just because of the fight scenes. In JoJo, there's a lot of fight scenes, and if you're not really used to reading manga, even if you are, the fight scenes, it's just like you're reading it and you're just like, okay, it's kind of hard to keep that tension and even understand what's going on. That's why I feel like part 6 is to be so well animated, because it's so complicated to read in the manga, so seeing it on the screen is gonna help a lot. But no, JoJolion is really, I like it. Is it the best part? No. But is it the good part? Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's definitely, I'm glad, and I'm sure that they're gonna elaborate and they're gonna show these characters in the future. Like, if you read the final chapter of JoJolion, which I'm assuming you guys have, it ends not on a cliffhanger, kind of, but it ends like on bittersweet. And I know because these characters are coming back in JoJolion. They're coming back. They're gonna come back. These characters are not gone and done forever. We will see Josuke again, hopefully without his hat, and hopefully the lion that he will own in the future. Yeah, and I hope we get to see a couple more of the mysteries or the quote-unquote plot holes of JoJolion kind of get mentioned, at least, like the wise, the guy who Josuke remembered. That's never getting brought up again. I guarantee you, never again. We're not hearing what happened, because literally in the end, Josuke's like, okay, I don't remember anything. I have no memories ever since I came out of the ground. And he did have a memory. He did have one come back, but now it's Josuke saying, I've never had any past that point. So this dropped plot line. The baby, maybe we will hear something about the baby. It sounds weird, like I'm saying the baby, but no, the baby that washed up on shore. Maybe we'll see something from that. Maybe that'd be really funny. I feel like it's so random, but at the same time, there is other things and other parts that just never got explained, and that's kind of why it's so hilarious. I'd like to cite like part 4's the alien. They never, people, if they were reading the manga then, they were like, okay, when is Rocky gonna explain the alien? He never will. That's the whole funny part of it. And they're both in Morio. Morio is supposed to be like this crazy, wacky, bizarre town. You never know. So I think some of it should be left hanging, but I also am, like that girl, shut up, I'll be back, never came back, baby never comes back, baby come back, flashback man never gets mentioned. I like that they kind of showed the story. I don't like that the maid never really gets explained again, even though she's literally like Jotaro, but they bring her back in the Wonder of You fight. I thought that was really cool. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that they kind of didn't really follow up on or finish with on part 8. But I feel like part 9 hopefully will bring it all together and, answer some of the questions. And it's probably not going to take place in Morio, but I feel like, there's going to be a time skip, and they're going to be like, oh, we figured out, like, the walleyes were this. And maybe like, hey, like the main JoJo is the baby. I figured out the protein. Anyway, I've been screaming way too much. Okay, that's it. Good time to be a JoJo fan. I love this series. Good stuff. Follow me, and if anyone wants to do a collab, let me know. I just want to make videos again, and I've been wanting to make videos, guys. I'm just really depressed. That's not a joke. I'm really cripply depressed. All right, I'm out of here. Goodbye.